Hello and welcome to Hank Games Without Hank. My name is John Green. I'm the manager of the Swindon Town Swoodly Poopers. Our star players are John Green and John Green, teammates in life and in love. We got to talk about something. In my last video, I said that I didn't have a problem with you dating your cousin if it was like your seventh cousin 3 times removed. And as several of you pointed out, that would mean that the cousins in question are 3 generations apart. Which means that a great-grandparent-aged person would be dating a great-grandchild-aged person. Even assuming a sort of best-case scenario with everybody having those babies at, say, the age of 20, you're looking at a 60-year-old dating an infant. And I do have a problem with that. I have the same problem with Twilight, actually. I don't think that adults should ever be imprinted upon infants. And I also don't think that 107-year-old men should date 17-year-old girls. So I just wanted to clarify that. Sometimes in the heat of battle, I forget. So we're playing Wolves in the Premier League. We are 2-0-0 to start our Premier League campaign. A fantastic start for us. And we're hoping to just kind of keep it going here against Wolves. We got the same starting lineup. Nobody's tired yet. It's great to see. So, yeah, here we go. We're going to continue the Google autofill. Is it wrong to? What's next, Meredith? Is it wrong to hook up? That meant something different when I was... Oh, what a goal right to start off! And it's Stuart Holden with his terrible haircut. I don't even have a song for you yet, sir. But that was a fantastic move. It looked like an own goal, which is my favorite kind of goal, but it wasn't. I don't know what to sing. If it had been Merrick, it would be... we'd have 40 seconds of silence, but I don't know what to do. This is beautiful. Oh, that was a great goal. Really great stuff. All right. What was the question? I got distracted by my early goal. Is it wrong to hook up? When I was a young person, hook up meant kiss. And then at some point it seems to have developed a much more specific meaning of having sex. Now, I don't think either of those things is wrong, by the way. At least not, certainly not inherently. There are times like when it's not ideal to kiss or have sex, like, lots of times. But no, it's not wrong to hook up. Not inherently, certainly. None of us would be here if there hadn't at least been some hooking up at some point in human history. How about to the near post? Look at this guy. He's on a rampage. Speaking of on a rampage, off the post and into the net. It's French the la French the la. Oh my gosh! La 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 French la la la. Sorry, that's my favorite. That's my Meredith is laughing out loud at me. That's my favorite. What can I do? It's a fantastic cheer. I hope they adopt it in Southampton for the actual Adam Lallana. But only time will tell. You fouled me. I mean, it's been a flurry of goals from uncommon swoodly poopers. Maybe I should put Leroy Williamson in. He scores occasionally. This is just fantastic to see, though. I'm so proud of the guys. Oh! And then you could tell John Green wanted to get in on the action in a big way. So what's after hook up? Is it wrong to ignore your ex? So this is like, okay, so this gets into the same question of the earlier question of is it wrong to be friends with your ex? I don't think it's wrong to ignore your ex as long as you sort of like explain to this person why this is happening and what's going on. Like if you say, listen, I had this like really serious emotional connection to you and now that has gone away and I feel weird about that. It's really hard for me to deal with and I think the best way for me to deal with it right now is going to be for us to have some space between each other, and that like it may not be, it may be that we can't really be friends, and that doesn't in any way invalidate the relationship that we had. It just means that like, you sometimes it's difficult to develop a friendship. That was not a foul. That's it's frustrating because the whole reason I play this game is so that I can get hip to hip with someone and then just like make a little movement. And then when the referee takes that away from me, it's a lot of the joy of the game has gone out a bit for me. Oh, look at that. Brilliant Swoodly Pooper defense. We don't clear the ball because we don't need to clear the ball. We can just take it out of the back. Swoodly Pooper style. Maybe to your husband? Maybe to your husband? Oh, a little bit late on the back and forth. That would have been a great, what's that called? Give and go tag team? I don't know. I'm not a soccer player. So, Yeah, I don't think it's wrong to ignore your ex, but I do think you have to sort of explain the situation. Obviously, you don't want to put someone in a position where they don't understand what's going on, or they feel hurt, or they feel, whatever. But sometimes it's important. You have to acknowledge that reality that, like, that the relationship has changed and in ways that are maybe not easy to deal with. Speaking of not easy to deal with, how come you couldn't get your head on that ball, dude? All right, what's next? Is it wrong to judge people? Depends. Judge not lest ye be judged is my policy. Like, you need to understand that you need to not judge people in a way that isn't consistent with how you yourself would want to be judged. Go! Yes! 3 first-half goals for the Swoodly Poopers. Oh, and look at the beautiful embrace between those two beautiful married men. John Green to John Green, and then John Green finishes into an open net. John Green's ball, another John Green's. They love each other, and they love our team. All right, what's next? I mean, this is I don't even know the new look Swoodly Poopers. I'm still on the same skill level, I promise. I'm still on professional skill level, but the new look Swoodly Poopers, they're dominant. There's no other word for it. I mean, we could win this game 6-0. I don't want to go up to world-class skill level because I don't do well there. But, I mean, admittedly, we are playing some of the worst teams in the Premier League. But still, what's my question? I'm so excited about this game. It's so fun. Is it wrong to kill bugs? I mean, if it's wrong to kill bugs, then we can't treat any diseases with antibiotics, because that's exactly what antibiotics do. So this turns out to be like a difficult and interesting question of, like, where is the line? Because most of the people who are asking that question, is it wrong to kill bugs, probably eat cows, But when it's you doing the killing, and and it feels like an active action as opposed to the passive action of eating meat that someone else killed, it feels much more problematic and weird. And that's really interesting to me. Like, that gets back to Philippa Foot's trolley problem of passive action versus active action. And active action feels more destructive or participatory than passive action. I don't think it's wrong to kill bugs at all. And I think, like, you have to accept in this world that human life sort of requires a measure of murder of trillions of organisms, mostly bacteria, but lots of other organisms as well. And you have to sort of gauge, I guess, the experiences of those organisms differently. You can't anthropomorphize them. You can't think of them as humans because they aren't humans. They don't feel the same way humans do. Certainly bacteria don't. But like, these things exist on a continuum, and that's what makes them complicated. That, like, the life of a Streptococcus bacterium is very different from the life of a dolphin, and the life of a dolphin is very different from the life of a housefly or a cockroach. And you've got to measure all this stuff in relationship, to yourself and the way you value your own life, and it's extremely complicated. So all I would ask is that you be thoughtful about bug killing, instead of sort of maybe just turning to Google for the answers. All right, what's next? Is it wrong to lust after your spouse? Is that a serious question? Is that really what it is? Are you kidding? Is it wrong to lust after your spouse? Is it wrong to be sexually attracted to your spouse? I mean, really? No, it is not wrong to be sexually attracted to the person you're married to. No. I'm going to go ahead and state that categorically. It is never wrong to lust after your spouse. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I guess maybe it depends on your definition of lust. Like, it's wrong to, like, you can't sexually assault your spouse. But, like, that's not, lust is not, no. I cannot imagine why that is even a question. Oh, yes! John Green to John Green. It's a beautiful goal. And then he inexplicably does a header into the board there. I'm just glad he survived that. Look at this. I mean, that might have gone in without John Green's assistance. John Green to John Green. I don't even have songs for this anymore. I guess he's big, he's tough, he has a brilliant puff. Other John Green. I mean, I'm running low on songs, Meredith. The situation is that our goal I mean, this is great. This is also great for our goal differential. Because as you'll remember, last year, the number one problem we had is that we finished with fewer points than Liverpool. But the number two problem we had is that we couldn't finish tied with Liverpool for fourth because we didn't have the goal differential that they had. So this is what we need, is like a crazy goal. I mean, our goal differential for the first 3 games is like 8. It's beautiful. Make that save. I mean, Camp hasn't even been asked to do a lot, you have to say. This is fantastic stuff. And then, look at that. Ball John Green, he was just going for goal. What's next? Is it wrong to make out? No. What's next? Is it wrong to not want kids? That's an interesting question. No, of course it's not wrong to not want kids. I think it's easier to make an argument that it's wrong to want kids. When I won't say any names, but I have a very good writer friend who's really, really a wonderful guy. And when I told him that Sarah was pregnant with Henry, well, we didn't know it was with Henry at the time. We just knew it was with a fetus. When I told him Sarah was pregnant, he said, "I wish I could congratulate you on this terrible news." And he was being completely sincere, because he was like, it's totally unethical to have kids, and like it's totally unethical to bring children into this world, and yada yada yada. And I was like, yeah, but it's fun and they're so cute. So yeah, no, I don't think it's wrong to not want to have kids at all. I think like there's a lot, like people a lot of our friends don't have kids, and you can have. There's a lot that you can do if you don't have kids. That makes for a lot of people, at least, for a really fulfilling life. And there's a lot of different ways to have a good, fulfilling, well-lived human life in this world. And I don't really like it when people make these prescriptions that, like, you have to have children in order to, like, have had a successful life, or you have to make money, or you have to do X or Y or Z. Like, people are grown-ups. Let them decide. But no, it's definitely not wrong to not want to have kids. Lots of people don't want to have kids. And I really like having a kid, and I'm quite happy that I was lucky enough to have one. But I definitely see why some people wouldn't. Oh, look at that! We are going for a 5th goal. It's just, man, the Swoodly Poopers just absolutely dominating, and Wolves, they don't know what to do with themselves. I'm going into ultra attack mode, by the way, so that if I get a last second corner kick here, the keeper will come up, because that would be funny. But I mean, yes. Okay, so what's next? Is it all wrong to only want one kid? Well, that will be a question for another day. Our opponents stare into the distance, seeing only shame, as the Swindon Town Swoodly Poopers, with 4 different goal scorers, win 4-0. This is old school Swoodly Pooper football, and I love watching it. I hope you're enjoying it too. Thanks for watching. Best wishes.